Well, howdy, folks. How y'all is? Now, today we're gonna be making up a dish here called a crawfish stinger, and we're gonna need some crawfish tail meat for sure, and we're gonna need some cheddar cheese and some Louisiana hot sauce, some grits, and some heavy cream, and a little bit of a chicken stock. So, this is in honor of Fat Tuesday. I know that New Orleans is all closed down. You can't go to the Mardi Gras parades and all that kind of stuff, but we're gonna have a good time in the house anyway. Join me, shall y'all? Now today. Now when you're buying your crawfish meat, and I couldn't find any. See, this says Gulf Marine Products Company. It's got a place in Louisiana here, but then you go over here and you see product of China. Unfortunately, most of the crab meat you get, or the crawfish meat you get that's pre-done these days is from China. So there's a little bit of preparation I do that I wouldn't do if it was American crawfish. I don't know how these things were kept and all, so we're gonna rinse these good, which I really hate to do, but I don't know, how this was produced exactly. And I don't want to take any chances. So I got them out of the package there. Now what we're going to do is rinse them under some cold water and re-season them basically. So we filled that bowl up with water. And what I'm trying to do here is break all this up. Clean these a little bit. We're going to do this 3 times to make sure we get all the little stuff off. You don't know if there's some shells in here or what, So there we go. I'm going to drain these off and do this 2 more times. Alright, so this is round 2, and you see they're starting to clean up a lot better and looking a lot cleaner than they were. Do this 1 more time, and then we'll be ready to use them. Alright, so we had a 3rd rinse in here, and you can see we're starting to get some pretty clean crawfish here. So there he is. We all cleaned up there, and it's looking pretty good. So we're ready to use these. All right, so we're starting off here with about 5 cups of water here, thereabouts. 4 to 5 cups. Don't have to be perfect. We're gonna throw a bouillon here of chicken in here, Noah brand. Let this water heat up. So I've only added the 1 bouillon in there, and that's due to, I'm going to add some Tony's. Now I can't find my big bottle of Tony's, but I have some of these packets. So we're going to put this in here. Now Tony's has a lot of salt in it. So if you put too much bouillon in there, your dish will be too salty. So keep that in mind if you're using Tony's. Now if you're using a different Creole seasoning that don't have as much salt, you can add 2 bouillon. We're going to throw a couple more packages in there. We need good Tony's spicy flavor. Now I'm also going to use here a teaspoon here of this Zatarain's Crab Bowl Complete. This is very strong stuff, so you don't need too much. Alright, so here's that teaspoon here of Zatarain's. Throw that in there. So since this is called Stingers, we definitely going to need some Louisiana hot sauce. And you can use whatever your favorite flavor is. I have this one on hand today. I like Crystal, it's probably my favorite. This one's pretty good too. Alright, so we got some quick grits here. We're going to throw these in and give them a stir in here good. See what we got looking like here. Remember, these are going to tighten up, so you don't want to get too much at one time. It'll get too tight on you. Alright, let's add some more. I'll show you about where you want it to be so it get good and tight and cook without getting too much in there. So I can get that bubble a little more. Should be pretty close right there, yeah. So we get that nice thickness starting to go. Get that, turn the heat down about 2 or 3. Keep stirring that. You get the right thickness here. You don't want it to stick on the bottom. And it'll take about 5 minutes for this to cook, and then we're gonna throw some cheese, the crawfish, a little cream in there. So we got it down on like a 2 or 3 here. Actually got it on about 3.5. See how the steam holes kind of makes its own steam pockets there and it steams out. We go for about 30 seconds to a minute. Give it a stir. You don't want to stick on the bottom. After this went like this for about 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add some cream and some cheese in there and let it continue to go for a few more minutes. Make sure the grits get tender. We're going to add some heavy cream in here. It's about a cup of cream. Stir that in there good. All right, let's throw our cheese in there. About a cup and a half of cheese. Stir that in there good. So went ahead and give that a taste. Tasting pretty good. Add just a little more cream. Needs to cook just a hair longer. Add a little cream to it. And then we're gonna put off the heat. Once you put off the heat, it's gonna start stiffening up. Once it starts cooling down, we're gonna make some balls. Now, before I pull this all the way off, at this point, I'm gonna throw these crawfish in here, like so. Ooh, doesn't that look beautiful? Even if these are Chinese crawfish, still gonna be good. I'll stir them in there. So there we go. Isn't that looking beautiful right there? So we're gonna get this on a low heat, like I say, on about a 4 now. If they come back up to temp, make sure all them crawfish come up to temp. Get up to temperature so we don't get sick on them or nothing, because we don't, like I said, we don't know, we didn't process them ourselves. We don't know what happened to them in the process. We did clean them and did the best we could. I've just always been leery of Chinese crawfish. There we go. So we're gonna let that go for about 3 or 4 minutes, get all the crawfish up to temp. This will start bubbling a little bit again, and then we're gonna pull it off the heat. All right, so there we is. Now you can just take this and put it in a bowl, throw some grape tomatoes or something, or tomato wedges and some green onion on there and eat it like porridge. We're gonna do something different here. So we're gonna pour our grit mix into this here pan and let it cool down. Then we're gonna ball it up. So there we is. We spread that out to get the surface area a little more broad. Let that chill down. I'm gonna throw this off in the cooler for about 30 minutes. It'll be all chilled out. And we're gonna ball it up. And we're gonna deep fry this. So here in this bin here, I got some self-rising flour. Throw a little garlic in here. Put just a little lemon pepper. Now my mix is a little salty, so I'm not gonna put a lot of salt in this here dredge. Not putting any salt, but this lemon pepper have a little bit of salt. That's about it right there. I'm gonna mix all that up. Like so. So next to our flour here, we got some milk. I would use buttermilk, but I don't have any. I'll throw an egg off in there so this stuff will stick. And we're gonna throw a little bit of this here hot sauce over in here. And we're gonna stir that up. All right, so here he is. We got our stuff all, our mix here all cooled off in the fridge. So we can take it and ball it up. All I need here is like even amounts here. So I'm using the regular ice cream scoop, making little balls up, like so. And then we're gonna roll them. Try to get equal amounts here, like so. Then we'll ball them, actually make a ball out of them. And go on to the next step. So what we're doing here is balling these up like so. Got them scooped. Kind of a messy process, but once you get to rolling here, we go in the flour, then we can go into the egg mixture, and then we go back in the flour. Alright, so we into this flour first. Flour mixture. Then we're going back into the first time we're going into the eggs here. The egg and milk mixture. Egg wash. And then go back in the flour. Get a nice little coating on there. Like so. And the reason we're doing this is to stick good. We got the flour, then into egg wash. Then back into the flour. To give us a nice coating where it don't come apart on us in the frying oil. That's what those will look like before you go to deep frying. So we got them all balled up and rolled in that flour. Let's go ahead and go over here to the grease. So we can get about 6 of them in at a time. You don't want to overcrowd it, so we'll stop right there. So when you're doing some frying like this, you want to get your, have a spot, a way to get them out of there easily. Like so. Make sure you have a good drain pan here with a plate with some paper towels or something to go on to ahead of time. That way if it starts cooking too fast, I brought my oil up real slow, but if you got your grease too hot and you got to pull it out of there and you ain't got nothing to put it in, you're going to have a problem. So, just a good mise en place rule of thumb now. It's going to be good, I guarantee. So going for a nice golden brown here. We're starting to get there. We're getting real close. Another minute or so. There we go. Look at them. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Golden brown. Kind of look like a hush puppy, a boudin ball, but it's so much better than that. There's a million things you can do here. You can put remoulade sauce. You can make up any kind of crazy sauce you want. Tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, whatever. Or you can even just like the is. Also, one way I like to do these sometimes when I get them super spicy is throw a little powdered sugar on there. Gives a nice little sweet twist to the outside and you get that savory spiciness in the middle. But that's up to you. What I got made here is some cocktail sauce. So I'm going to do one here in the cocktail sauce. Just show you. Put a little dollop of cocktail on there. You can dress these or not dress these, however you like. That's just some ideas and suggestions. You can throw a little green onion on there and call that good, or you can throw your remoulade right there on top. I like the remoulade a lot. Or you can just throw a little powdered sugar on there and call that good. It's up to you. All are very good ways. There you go, folks. It is time for the moment of truth. This looks very hot. Let's see what we got here. Mmm. Crusty on the outside, creamy in the middle. Mmm. So good. See that tail right there? Mm-hmm. These are good, Mr. Chef. You gotta try one.